Dr. Donald Morton.
Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton. Dr. Donald Morton is an award-winning social entrepreneur known for his innovative social solutions.
Based on this fatherhood and manhood issue in droves, in incredibly large numbers. And I felt it necessary for someone to have a voice like yourself to do the work of restoring men in our society. And I've been doing that work ever since.
His latest solution is expressed as the CEO of Remand.
So Remand, the nonprofit, is about helping brothers that are coming out of prison, brothers that are dealing with child support, brothers that are the most marginalized of our communities, helping them with their character and the institutions that impact them. And then the LLC, our for-profit arm, is really attempting to address the CEOs and CFOs and entrepreneurs and people like that say, look, I got issues too as a black man. My issues are a bit different because I'm in the C-suite. And how it plays out in the C-suite is very different than how it plays out on the block and those brothers that are coming out of re-entry. But here's a deal. All of us the same, for real, for real.
Dr. Morton is the former executive director of the Complexities of Color Coalition. As executive director of the coalition, he worked to congregate Wilmington, Delaware's African-American community in order to create comprehensive strategy to influence institutions, policies, and laws. Dr. Morton has over 25 years of experience in African-American community leadership. Remand is deeply personal. While he's glad that thousands of men are on this journey with him, it was started because he needed liberation. He was broken and bound, and he was fighting to put his life back together after divorce, infidelity, business challenges, bankruptcy, and a life destroyed by being the worst liar ever. Yes, Dr. Morton was a liar until he faced himself and proved his signature science, the character arc. Then and only then was he ready to lead men to learn and live the science of being Remand.
What's up, people? This is us. The Negroes have arrived. Leroy always says, Jim, the Negroes have arrived.
They at it again, Jim.
They at it again, Jim.
They on this screen again. I don't know how they keep getting in here.
I don't know. Oh boy, I'm telling you.
You know they said the same thing about Beyonce, right? With that country song she got, Texas Hold'em. They are not liking that at all, bro.
I have no idea why they take our music all the time. Good morning, people. Let's see who is with us today. Y'all know what to do. Come in, say good morning to us. Cousin Miko, what's happening? Good morning. Happy Monday to you as well. Excited that you are with us. She says, hey, my beautiful cuz. That's my girl, my cousin Miko. She will fight for me. And Miko, because we are cousins, I want to introduce you to your other cousin. This is Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. He is my brother from another mother, and excited that he is with us as well. Tramel Epps, what's happening, man? Good morning to you. I think we should talk today, Tramel. Kind of hang out, man. Sometime when you get a moment. Mondays are pretty bananas for me, but I'll create some space. Miko said, good morning, Dr. Leroy. Yes,
sir.
Yeah,
good morning.
Giles, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us on today. Creole Clint, all the way in Houston, Texas. That's my guy. Uh, Clint, did you get your book, or is your book still here with me? I think you should have gotten your book by now. Let me know. Good morning to you, my brother. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, Leroy, you are in the family, man. You're in the family. And let's see.
All in the family.
Keith Lewis said, "Good morning, brothers. What's happening? The newlywed." So let me say this about Keith Lewis. Keith Lewis is causing problems in my house. Keith Lewis is causing problems in my house. And so I'm a little upset with him. A little upset with Keith Lewis. That's my dude. I love me some Keith Lewis and his beautiful new bride, Jade. Hey, Keith, I just keep wanting to call her Jade Bell. And now her last name is Lewis. Hey, Keith, the other day, this woman right here that says, "Good morning, fellas," that woman right there. We were somewhere and she was signing a slip, Leroy. And do y'all know that woman said she signed the slip, Marla Grimes. Leroy. She said, "Babe, force a habit." No, ma'am. No, Leroy, she signed the slip, Marla Grimes. And let's see.
Yeah, that's
he hasn't gotten his this way, black man. Thank you for your patience. It's definitely on
doghouse worthy right there. That's doghouse worthy right there.
Yeah, that's doghouse worthy, man. Look what she say, man. It was yeah, it was an accident. It's a habit. I don't care.
Well, you had more than 27 days to break that habit.
Yeah. So what it means is, Lala says, "Congrats to Keith and Jade." Keith said, "How are you causing?" Just go back and look at a couple of your comments on our posts, and you will see how you are causing problems in our house. Keith has this phenomenal ability, Leroy, to play both sides of the fence. Like he is a man's man on our side. Every now and then, he gonna be there for Lala. He gonna be there for Lala, right? Yeah, Lala. We don't see anything funny. Explain yourself, not explain. Explain yourself. Right. See, I told you, Leroy. There go Keith in one of his comments. But wait, I thought she was your girlfriend. She was my girlfriend yesterday. And we went to go get manicures and pedicures and just kind of hang out and spend some time together. And I never knew, Keith, that me calling look, Marlon, see that Keith set it up real nice for her. Right. I'm his girlfriend. I'm not his wife yet. So Robinson, what's happening, man? Good to see you, Reman King. Appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out. Leroy, what do you think about these comments, man? look, this is look, you know I got we love some Lala. I know y'all love Lala. Y'all don't know what I go through with Lala. So y'all absolutely love Lala. Go ahead, Leroy. What say you, man?
Bro, you I hate to say it, but you put yourself in that position by calling her your girlfriend. I'm sorry. You know how they do. You want them to claim it. You better claim them. You know how that go.
Listen, I don't yesterday. We just spent some time together, hung out, and it's actually a part of what I want to talk about today. So everybody, stay tuned, hang in with us. Um, because I have we have an interesting show today. I'm interested on your perspective. Tell you some things that happened to us yesterday, and what y'all think about it. So Leroy, how was your weekend, man?
Oh, it was good, man. It was good. No, I just chilled. Had some work, little bit of work that I had to do, but I was in chill mode this weekend. I had
You
to
ain't
get
spend
me
no
some
time with the
rest.
kids. You ain't spend no
There
time with the
you
kids.
go. No, it wasn't my kids' weekend. All 18, all 18. Oh no, I'm sorry, all 34 of them. I had the weekend off.
He ain't spend no time with. He ain't spend no time with
Brother
his
need a
children.
break. Brother need a break.
The dude spends no time with his kids, and I don't. His
But I
sentiments are
had,
not necessarily the sentiments of the Grown Man Podcast nor Remain. This is Leroy's journey. Like he's on his own journey. We can't be judgmental. He's on his own journey. At least he had a weekend off from spending time with his
I
children.
had an interesting I had a good conversation Saturday because I was on a podcast, and maybe we can talk about this too sometime. But we talked about um the having when you I don't know how he put the title, but it had to do with having dinner with your enemies. It had to do with Jesus having the Last Supper with Judas and someone who you knew was betraying you. And how do you deal with someone who who betrays that trust in that and knowing what Jesus knew? How do you deal with that? So we had a really good conversation about that. So that was part of my weekend. This weekend
Okay,
was
okay, yeah, I'd
having
be
that
interested
conversation.
in talking about that. The truth
Yeah.
of the matter is, I don't have any enemies. Everyone that has come into my life, even those that did something that I wouldn't necessarily agree with, are not my enemies. They are as much a part of the plan and purpose of God as everyone else, right?
Correct. Correct. And
And
that's what we talked about.
sometimes,
Yeah, but
yeah, sometimes I think we label uh, enemies, and I understand the labeling. I understand why we do it to kind of give context. But the truth of the matter is, I don't have any enemies. I love everybody. I'm a man of agape, right?
but here's the thing though that we dealt with was how do you deal with that with someone who has done something purposely, and like you talked about, I agree with you because I said that about Judas. That was Judas's assignment,
Yeah,
was to betray
yeah, yeah,
God, was to betray Jesus,
yeah,
and he knew it. Jesus
yeah,
knew he was like sitting there with him. Yeah, one of
yeah,
y'all gonna betray me.
yeah, yeah. Well,
I
again,
know who it is.
I think it's a matter of, I think it's mindset. I think it's perspective.
Mm,
When we understand that everyone who does anything, uh, that too works for my good. It all works for my good. It doesn't matter what a person does. It all works for my good. I can sit down with anyone. I sit down with an air quote enemy in the same way that I sit down with an air quote friend. I remove the
really?
labels. Yeah, I remove the labels. I'm real
Wow. So
clear.
you see your friend. So you see a friend, someone that you hold dear to you, the same way that you hold someone who may not want your best interest or have your best interest at heart.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter to me.
Wow. Okay.
Doesn't matter to me. Because here's the other thing, Leroy. At some point, even our enemies, which is a part of our air quote enemies. I don't really like the term, but for the sake of our conversation today, even our air quote enemies, the truth of the matter is they were at one point people that we thought had our best interest at heart. Everybody can fall. Everybody can blow it. Everybody can do something stupid. I have learned in my 54 years, your 60 years, we've both learned that at the end of the day, people are going to do what's in their own best interest. And because they do, I don't have any beef with that. Right. I put my entire trust. My spiritual father taught me this, man. He said, Don, don't trust anybody. Trust God concerning them. There's nowhere in scripture, and we're not going to make it a Bible study, right? But there's nowhere in scripture at all that tells us to trust people. Nowhere. It tells us to put our trust, some trust in chariots, some trust so on and so forth, but I'm going to put my trust in the Creator. And when I trust Him, I trust that everything that happens for a reason, and it happens for at the end of the day in my best interest. So no one can really do me harm. Everyone can do what they do, and when they do what they do, it's okay with me. So that's I mean, but that's a phenomenal topic. Maybe that's next Monday because I really like that topic. Yeah, I'm centered in my purpose, Dwight. Yeah, I'm real clear, right? So because I'm so focused, um, and I can't say that I've always been this way. I really can't. I wish I could. I can't say that I've always been this way, but I've learned through a long and tumultuous history in my life that, and I have actually sat down with and had dinner with people that I know me no good. It's okay. Like I can't control it, and I'm not all up in my feelings. I love everybody. And I remember Leroy, this again, my spiritual father is so phenomenal. We have this phrase, we live alike, right? I got into a beef with my spiritual father. And it was my beef. It wasn't even his. I had done something wrong. And, he called me on it, as he does. And I stopped talking to him for months, probably even a year. And he continued to pursue me and love on me, and until one day he called me, Leroy, said, "Hey Don, you done being mad?" "No, sir." He said, "All right, talk with you, talk with you later." Right. But he continued to love me and respect me and honor me. And I eventually came around because it was my issue. He had no reason to be upset with me, even though I was presenting myself antagonistically with him. He had no reason to be upset with me. He hadn't done anything wrong. So my position is, because I haven't done anything wrong, I'm well and whole within myself. Everybody that does something, air quote, against me, that's their stuff. That's not mine. That's not my stuff. And I got enough to carry than to carry stuff that isn't mine. Tremel said, "That's so true. Once we put trust in man, we set ourselves up for disappointment." Yeah, I don't put my trust in man. Uh, I have learned that everyone is capable of doing something wrong. Everyone is capable of doing something in their feelings. Everyone's capable, right? And so I don't have any enemies. I got everybody that I love, everybody that I respect, even those that have at one point done something wrong. I will say this, Leroy, and then we'll put the hoodies up, man. I will say this, and we can continue the conversation because I think it's good. I will say that when someone has done something wrong to me, I'll have a conversation. I've done that with several preachers, right? When I was at my lowest and I felt like preachers did me dirty, I have a conversation with them. Like, "Hey, my man, I got heart issues with you." "Okay, Dr. Moore, what happened?" "This is what happened. This is how I saw it." They explain themselves. We ain't got to come to no agreement. I'm not arguing your perspective. You ain't got to agree with mine. I'm just saying I have some serious heart issues. And once I address it, My heart's pure. I can sit down the next hour and have a conversation with those guys. So that's my perspective with it, man. Ready to put the hoodies up? Ready to work?
Let's go.
Let's do it. That's how I'm doing it today. Can y'all handle this? Can y'all handle this hoodie like this? Like this is thug nasty, nasty thug. Thug nasty, nasty thug. Leroy, what's your nickname today?
I ain't got a nickname today.
Hey y'all, put it in the chat. Your name for Leroy today. What's up, Coach? Bruh, I got up. I worked out today. I feel great.
Coach in the building.
Look at Coach's nickname for you, Leroy.
Oh, you gonna do me like that, Coach? Oh, you gonna see? I was getting ready to give up, man, Coach. You just did me dirty. Oh, that is so dirty, Coach.
DJ Pink Cup Lou on the ones and twos. DJ Pink Cup Lou.
That's just wrong, Coach. It's just wrong.
Yes. Hey Leroy, I wanna just see if we can talk today, and I need everybody to chime in. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I'm Donald Morton. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer for Remand. I know I don't look like it today. I'm choosing violence today. I don't look like a chief executive anything. I just look like a boy from the block. But this is what we do. I'm the Chief Visionary Officer for Remand. In that Remand, we help Black businessmen build profitable businesses while maintaining amazing relationships with their wives and children. We also help adult Black men break the vicious cycles of missed potential so that he transforms his life, leadership, and legacy. Alongside of me today and every Monday at 10 o'clock a.m. is Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder and the Chief Operations Officer for Remand. He wears many titles. In fact, today we are on until 11 o'clock because, well, I don't even want to get into it because it hurts
10:55.
It hurts my feelings to know that he
I don't even want you to go there. I don't even want you to go there.
It's just hurtful.
You picked this day. You picked this day, so you could have picked. Yeah. You could have picked any other day this week
any other day.
During the week, but you said Monday.
This is the day on my calendar that works.
Okay,
so I had to make it. I need to happen this day. But regardless of what day, this is the day that you chose that you had something else to do, and the people have been writing letters and emails and protesting outside my house and all of those kind of things to make sure that we are able to address this issue. So we'll talk about it at another time. Maybe there'll be a day that works a little longer for the both of us. But I think this keeps us disciplined. Leroy, this is what I wanted to talk with you today about, man. Well, say good morning to the people. They've already come for you. They already chose violence. At least Coach did. But do go ahead and say good morning to everybody, man.
I'm not taking that name, Pink Cup Lou. That's just wrong, Coach. That's just wrong.
Yes. So say good morning to everybody, man. Then we'll get into today's topic.
Yeah, good morning, good people. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. It's another Mindset, Motivate, Move Monday. That's what we do on Monday. We get our mindset right. We get motivated to move. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Leroy, so let me bring you into my weekend. You had a chill weekend, and so did I. My wife and I, is what Keith was talking about earlier today. Um, my wife and I went and got manicures and pedicures and just had a chill day. And we also took Marcus. He was with us as well. Those of you that don't know Marcus, Marcus is our son, uh, my bonus son, Marla's biological son. Great dude, and doing incredibly well in college. This is his first year of college. Leroy doing incredibly well at Middle Tennessee State University, majoring in music. He does. I mean, just a real dope guy. So we went. And Leroy, have you ever gotten your, well, you know, so let me tell y'all today's conversation that we need to have. I want to really talk about this unapologetic pursuit of excellence that we should have, right? This, and I want to define it. And the reason why I want to define it, Leroy, is because I want to know where the line is. I actually want to know where the line is for many of the guys and for the ladies. Like, I want to hear, um, where you guys think the line is. And the reason why is because I saw a post by Tamika Molden earlier today. Tamika Molden is a friend of mine in Delaware, and she kind of put a post up where she was talking about, I don't want my man. Libra, this was funny, bro. She said, I don't want my man to ask me which color purse he should be wearing when we go out to dinner. I don't want my man asking me what color purse.
Like Shannon Sharp with that bright yellow, with the bright
Exactly.
yellow bag.
That's
I'm
exactly
just saying.
what she was talking about, man. Um, and then someone else, I think
Talking about,
she's,
does this match my outfit?
does it match my outfit? Right. I heard something about Debo Samuels, right? I think
Okay.
he had on like I don't know, a kilt. I don't know. I've not seen the pictures. I didn't even see the pictures of Shannon Sharp. So when I was getting paraffin on my feet, right? This like wax, just to kind of, because I don't want to be in the bed with my wife and I'm cutting her all up with my feet, right? I don't want to be in the bed with my wife or touch my wife, hold my wife, and my hands. Uh, I think our hands should be rugged and strong, but I don't necessarily think our hands have to be unkept. I don't think any area of our lives, and trust me, I'm going somewhere with all of this, right? I don't think any area of our lives have to be unkept. Excuse me. Leroy, where's the line? I'm gonna put you on the spot. Where's the line where excellence is concerned? And is there a universal position with it, or is it based on every individual? Where is the line when it comes to excellence, personal excellence, showing up in ways that are excellent, presenting ourselves in excellence, grooming? Remember when Kevin Samuels first started. For those of you that remember Kevin Samuels, I had a high respect for Kevin Samuels. No matter what anyone said about him, I had a high respect for Kevin Samuels. Didn't necessarily like some of the things that he said, but his position with women, for everyone says, well, I didn't like his position with women. He had the same position with men. He really did. He had the same position with men. I can show you video after video after video that Kevin Samuels did early in his career where he would address guys and talk to guys greasy about the ways in which we show up, being manicured, being personally excellent. I could show you video after video with that. So this is not about Kevin Samuels, though. This is about where the line is with regard to personal excellence for Black men. I think, Leroy, when we start talking about excellence, man, we're talking about grown man stuff, right? That showing up in ways that are excellent in our presentation, in our speech, in our attire, right? All of those things matter. The attention to details matter. Can you kind of talk about where you find yourself on the excellence scale, where the line is? And I'll tell you why I ask in a minute.
Well, I mean, I definitely believe that there's a line. I think we got to be careful though when, and I think there should be, like you said, there should be a universal kind of code of what excellence looks like, because I can't, I can't say, well, excellence looks like this to me, and I'm like you said, I'm showing up just any old kind of way, and I'm looking any old kind of way, and want to call that excellence. No, there has to be a
A standard.
clear definition, and that's yes, definition of what excellence is, and that's why I always say that it's important that we get the language right. What that word means, a specific thing. Excellence means showing up in a certain way, doing things in a certain manner, in which, you know as I talked about this morning, and I ain't saying no names, but you have companies or restaurants that serve one thing. They do one thing. Now, I ain't saying no name. They do this one thing. And you go there and they say, I'm sorry, we don't have it. Now, could they say, well, we're operating in excellence? No, you're not. You're not operating in excellence. If I go to Walmart and I see, and I have a particular item that I'm looking for, and it might be by the same company or whatever, but they got rows of one thing, but the other is clearly out, and there aren't any there for me. There aren't any there. Is that store or that manager operating in excellence? No. That we have to have a clear definition of what excellence looks like.
Tremel
I
says
can go
Popeyes.
to
Tremel said it's Popeyes.
you said, I know. Jamel said it earlier. Hey, you said it, Jamel, not me. You said it, not
Dwight
me.
Robinson said it's Popeyes, where there are two or three.
But that see that, but that's that we have to have a clear, definition. That's not excellent. But if you go to a Chick-fil-A and you get a certain level of service from them, we'll be like, yeah, they're operating in excellence. We go to a Marriott hotel and I get there. Oh, Mr. McKenzie, good to see you back with us again. Here's your room key. We know that you like the room on the south side facing the harbor, and that's what we've given to you. That's operating in excellence.
Yeah.
It's having a clear understanding of what it is, the performance that you give, and even the experience that you give. What experience are you giving to someone of you when you show up any old kind of way? We go to a meeting and we ain't groomed. We ain't, we half know our notes or the information. What kind of excellence are we showing up in? And the example that you gave this weekend with Marla, you were saying, look, babe, I want to show up in the best
Yeah.
way I know how to and that I can for you.
Yeah.
I want to show up as a husband in excellence.
Yeah.
Showing up in excellence means I've got to take care of me and my body so that I'm able to, to be with you, do the things that we share, create these moments that we want to be able to, the memories that we want to be able to create with each other. That's operating in excellence to me, man. That's a standard that we must have.
Yeah.
And live by that. Now, everybody have that mindset to show up in excellence in every aspect of their life? Absolutely not.
So that's what I want to talk about, man.
Absolutely not.
You hit a key
Mhm.
point right there at the end that I really want to explore. And I want those of you that are watching on a scale of 1 to 3. I don't want to do a scale of 1 to 10. You got too many choices, right? 1 to 3. 1 being not important at all. 2 being somewhat important. 3 being extremely important. Where does excellence show up in your life? Where is the importance of excellence in your life? 1, not important at all. 2, somewhat important. 3, extremely important. Where would you put the importance of excellence in your life, and for those that are in your circle, right? How do you demand yourself showing up, and how do you demand others that are in your circle to show up? Excellence. If I were to show you the character arc, what I would show you is, let me see something real quick. Can you all see that? That's the character arc back there. That's the character arc back there. And the character arc over on this side is nobility. Nobility on the character arc is the pursuit, the unequivocal pursuit of excellence. Tramel said, honestly, a 2, but let's see what he would. But I'm getting it together. Got it, man. Appreciate your honesty, bro. You a reman, man. So I know that you will be transparent here and honest. Tramel Epps, you said it again, not you said it again, not me. You said it again, not me. Popeyes. Yeah. So Tramel said he honestly is a 2, somewhat important. And for me, excellence is highly important for me. It's highly important for me. It's incredibly important. And Leroy, where would you place it in your personal life, man? 1 to 3. 1, not important at all. 2, somewhat important. 3, extremely important. Where would you place this need? And some of y'all out there a little quiet today, right? Some of y'all out there a little quiet. Oh my, Clint done wrote a whole book, Leroy. Look at what Clint said. Food YouTuber Keith Lee went to Atlanta, had observed some of the restaurants, black restaurants, seeing they had lacked excellence. Everything was set for show. Many folks got mad at him, but all he tries to do is blow up struggling restaurants due to a lack of advertisement. Once the restaurant knew it was him, they wanted to treat him like a king. But because they thought it was a regular customer, they did not value him. We have to show excellence in everything
Yep.
we do.
Yep.
Clint, perfectly said, my guy. Perfectly said.
Yep.
Like excellence isn't excellence because you're trying to impress somebody.
Yep.
Right, Leroy? Like excellence can't be excellence because you know Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. He shows up in your restaurant, and now all of a sudden you want to treat him like a king, but the guy next to him, you know, you don't give him the same level of service. And I don't really want to talk today about business excellence. That can be a future show that we do. I want to know how important excellence is for y'all to show up. And here's the reason. Like I've had this conversation with all of my sons. I've had this conversation with Hunter. I've had this conversation with Keishad. I've had this conversation now with Marcus. And that is when hey, Leroy, I think he tried to clown me. I think he tried to get me, right? So he walked into the salon where my wife and I were being taken care of there. And they had put these bags on my feet, and the paraffin or the wax was like pink. So he was like, Leroy. He
Oh,
was like,
I got a pink cup, but you got pink feet though. Okay, 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 okay,
wait.
okay.
No,
No, no,
no.
you now. You done said it now, coach. I know you heard it. He got pink feet, pink toenails.
Hey, see, it's what we said earlier. Somebody is going to hear that nonsense, take the clip, and be out. It'll be out on social media that Donald Morton got pink feet. That's not what happened. Let me give this to y'all again. The paraffin. Look at your girl. I should have taken a pic.
Yeah, 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 Marlon. You got to get that one. Next time y'all go, you got to get that one.
um, the paraffin was pink. The paraffin was pink. And Mark just kind of looked like, hey, Donald. Yeah. He kind of looked at me like, yeah, I can't do this. So he went outside to sit down. And when I was done, I said to him, I said, hey man, let me be clear with you about something. How you show up in life determines everything. How you show up in life determines everything, right? And the degree to which you show up and develop habits that are excellent habits.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about the fact that I needed because you know y'all, and this next statement is not me clowning. I'm just telling you what it is. You already know, like I hadn't been in a while, Leroy. I hadn't been in a while. So when they start scraping my feet and doing my cuticles, they start talking that talk. Yeah, you what's on you and you say, yeah, I know what they were saying. This Negro need to give us extra. He has not
We
been
putting
taking
in
care of
work
it.
today. We putting in work today.
I gave them both $20 tips. $20 tip for the lady that took care of my manicure and pedicure. $20 tip for the gentleman that took care of my wife's well, he just took care of my wife's pedicure. But the reason why I want to talk about the line is there's something about brothers that don't think it's important, Leroy, for the grooming aspect of it, right? Like we think that getting a manicure or getting massage or going to a restaurant, you mentioned restaurants, right? Going to a restaurant or Creole Clint did, going to restaurants that are high-end restaurants that, like isn't there an experience, Leroy? And I'm not saying everybody, and I'm not downing anybody that can't. I'm saying, shouldn't there be, even if it's once in a lifetime, man, a treat to ourselves or for ourselves to go to a 5-star restaurant, to stay at a place that is high end, that can call you by name, right? To shop in a high end store, to drive a high end car. Like there's a certain experience that tricks your mind into believing it's possible. And I think one of the things that I want to get across to people is that how you treat your life right now, the car that you're driving right now, the house that you're living in right now, you can't tell me that you want more and better and you're not treating the house that you live in now, the car that you're driving now, the clothes that you have now with the utmost respect and excellence, right? If your car is not clean inside, don't believe for another car. Take care of the car that you got. If your clothes are spread all over the floor, then don't believe for more clothes. You can't take care of the clothes that you got. If your house is not clean, don't believe for a larger house. You can't take care of the house that you got. Like when do we reach a point, man? Because excellence has nothing to do with the amount of money that you're willing to spend. Excellence has everything to do with the mindset that says, I'm going to honor, respect, and take care of at the highest level where I am right now. That sets me up for promotion to where I want to go next. What do you think about that, Leroy?
No, I think it's so true. And as you were talking about that, it just made me think of back in the day. And I don't know if you all have had these in where you lived in Wilmington, but here in Baltimore, there we have row homes,
Yes, sir.
and the row homes had steps, had marble steps,
Okay.
and and you couldn't go down that block where back in the day where people took pride in taking care of those
Mm,
marble steps,
mm.
making sure that they were clean, they would shine. So when you came over to whose ever house it was, them marble steps was clean. That house was clean, like you just talked about. Didn't have to do with the amount of money. It was
Yeah,
the discipline, which we talked about before. The discipline and the pride that we had in showing up. This is a representation of me, of the family, and I want the representation of me as the family. Is that, yeah, they take care of what they got. Parents, grandparents said we ain't have much, but what we have, we take care of,
yeah,
and that included yourself.
yeah.
Because your parents said, "Hey, you don't go out there and mess up my name."
That's right,
you
bro.
know, you carried yourself. You carried
Wait, wait,
yourself in
wait, wait.
excellence.
I can't let you skate past that. That's so true. I'm going to bust the bubbles of most of y'all who think your parents loved you. Your parents didn't love you. Your parents didn't care about you. Your parents cared about their own reputation. I remember, Leroy, I remember saying to my mom, she was like, son, I wanted to wear corduroys in the summertime. I ain't know no
Oh
better.
no,
I'm a,
sir. Yeah.
I'm a little boy, right? So I'm saying, Mom, I want to wear these pants. They were my favorite pants. She says, son, it's 90 degrees. She used to get so frustrated. It's 90 degrees. I said, I want to wear these pants. Right? So she's like, you're not gonna have me out
Man,
here looking
corduroys
crazy. You're not gonna have me out here
Yep.
looking crazy. When
Yep.
when she say, make sure your underwear are clean, because if something happens out there, then
Happens.
I don't want nobody looking at your mother crazy. I said, so one day it clicked. And I said to my mom, Leroy, I said, hey, Precious, you don't really love me, man. She said, boy, I do love you. I said, nah, because I'm just figuring out that all of those times that you told me to have on clean underwear, you didn't want, it was not about me. It was about your reputation. She bust out laughing because she knew it was. It was about their reputation. So there is, as funny as it sounds, Leroy, I'm gonna go back to you, man. Yeah, we represent an entire family, a
Mhm.
name, a legacy. It's not just about me, it's about my children, it's about my wife, it's about, right? It's about the members of Remain. Me showing up in excellence represents something. Man, talk more about that. Boy, that's so true.
No, we gotta understand that goes to every aspect of our lives, and I respect the fact that you said, you know what, I want to show up in excellence for my wife. I want her to know that I value her so much that I don't just want to just show up with her, for her, even if with just us two, any old kind of way. I have a responsibility to show up for her in a certain manner, in excellence. I want to show up in excellence with her, in her, just as much as I want to show up in excellence for Remain,
Absolutely.
for my family name.
Absolutely.
That's the level we've got to get to, brothers. Where it's like, look, no, I'm gonna show up no matter who it is, what it is, where it is. I show up in excellence because I care so who I am
There it
and what
is.
I
There it
represent for
is. There
myself.
it is. Because here's the deal. Crystal Fendi Styles Clark. What it do? Good to see you. You're late. You're late. My guy is the co-producer is here. Happy Monday. Oh, he said he said great nuggets to us. He said happy Monday to the producer. Yeah, the mind frame of excellence, Marv. And here's why. Leroy just said something that I don't want to overlook. Believe it or not, yes, my wife is the beneficiary of me showing up in excellence. Like I don't want to lay in the bed next to my wife and like brothers, you've been out playing basketball all day and you get your funky
Right.
behind in the bed without getting in the shower. Like, come on, my guy, you gonna present yourself like that? You all salty. You got the salt. You got the salt lines from playing basketball, and you just want to lay next to her. Um, every single morning, and it's a routine now. So every single morning before my wife leaves for work, I'm usually working out at the end of my workout before she leaves, and so I walk her down, carry her back. Now, if y'all want to catch me looking a little soft, catch me in the morning when I'm holding my wife's bag, walking down the steps, so she don't have to carry no walking down the steps to the car. That might be that's the picture. That's the
Why is that
picture.
soft though?
Huh?
I said that's not soft. That's showing up in excellence, bro.
No. I'm talking about the bag that it's a feminine bag.
No, I get it.
Yeah. I'm just saying if you want to misinterpret a picture, like if you ever want to misinterpret a picture, because I got on my slides, right? I got on I'm carrying the bag in the bend of my arm.
Yeah, now that's a little bit too far in the bend of y'all. I ain't going there with you. I ain't going there with you, bro. Hold that one. I ain't say that. I'm just talking about carrying the bag. You want? I'm walking carrying it like this.
Leroy done left me.
No, sir.
So yeah, Miko, like salty. Marv says, work, basketball, whatever. I can't bring the outside to my bed. I can't bring the outside to my bed.
For
That's
sure.
it's so
For sure.
disrespectful, not just of the person with whom you share life. I share a life with Lala, but also it's disrespectful to self. I don't have enough self-respect to be able to hop my tail in the shower. Right. So let's see. Crystal said that's the purpose of having support. I see the hoods are up on y'all, and we're on time. Yes, ma'am. We're on time. We're about to end any moment, but we're definitely on time. Lala said, like every morning you look at my clothes and you saw a string on my clothes, you always give me a once over. Absolutely. Right. I'm gonna make sure she's good. I'm gonna check her blind spots. Like she couldn't see, I saw a little string today, and I didn't want to pull it because I didn't want it to, you know how strings are. You pull a string, you unravel the whole garment. She out there naked.
I know, right?
Right. I didn't want to pull it. So I said, hey babe, you got a little string back here. She said, is it long? Yes, ma'am, it is. So I'm sure she took care of it when she got to work. A once over. Like my wife has tons of clothes, just tons of clothes, right? So making sure, and she does the same thing for me. Hey, babe, this, and this. Excellence is important. Now we grew into the ability to tell one another the truth about it. Right? We grew into, babe, how does this look on me? I ain't feeling that. She's like, okay. Or if I say, babe, how am I looking? One day, Leroy, I sat and took a picture. I said, oh, hey, my stomach, maybe a year ago. I said, my stomach getting a little big. She said, mm-hmm. You know, so she don't hold her tongue. She said, yeah, it is. She ignorant, boy. Right. So, but showing up in excellence is important, not just for the one with whom we share life, but for us. My guy, have enough self-respect. Let's see. Creole Clint says, I think many folks who don't study mindsets or value gratitude, we don't want to change the paradigm in our own lives. The things that are possible for us to have, we don't believe we deserve, right? Or can have it because we don't believe in our own progression. We have to feed our conscious minds the right things so our subconscious will pick it up, play it over and over again till we change the paradigm. I hope that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. It's exactly what we teach. It makes perfect sense. He trying to validate himself, Leroy. I'm not trying to validate myself. I'm just Crystal, don't come in hot. Now you already late. Right? So we're gonna take the hoodies down in 30 seconds. But Leroy, give us your last 30 seconds about the importance of excellence, man.
No, it's just this week. How are you going to show up in excellence?
Wow.
That's the homework. How are you showing up, going to show up in excellence? Not like we said, we will deal with the business aspect of it. That's later. But how are you going to show up for yourself, for your spouse, for your significant other in excellence this week? That's the challenge
That's the
for
challenge.
you to sit with.
That's the
How am I
challenge.
showing up? And if you want to ask them, babe, how can I show up more excellent
Woo!
for you
That's
this week?
such a good point, man. I want to take the challenge Leroy just gave, and I want to take it to another level. Ask your significant other, spouse, friend, mom,
Yep.
children.
Yep.
Hey, how am I showing up? Here's what excellence is, y'all. The attention to detail that gives birth to superior performance.
Wow.
That's what
Wow.
excellence is. It's the attention
Wow.
to detail that gives birth to superior performance. The reason why you perform at a high level is because you pay attention to details. So paying attention to the details of my wife's blouse, her shirt, right? Having a little string and being able to say, okay, babe, we're going to take care of that. Being able to pay attention to our details with regard to our hands and our feet. Paying attention to the details as it relates to working out, right? Take care of your body. Paying attention to the details as it relates to your oral hygiene. Paying attention to your details, to the details in every area of your life, leadership, and legacy becomes incredibly important to do so. So I'm asking y'all to pay attention to
Give that definition one more time.
Say it again, man.
No, say the definition again that you gave for excellence, showing up, paying attention to detail.
Yes, sir. Excellence is the attention to detail that gives birth to superior performance. That's what excellence is. The attention to detail that gives birth to superior performance. Everything should be in the state that it's supposed to be in. Your screen door shouldn't have a big hole in it. Paying attention to the details that gives birth to superior performance. It's been our pleasure to have you, Clint. It's the attention to detail that gives birth to superior performance. So we love you guys. We want to thank you for hanging out with us today. Leroy got a message for y'all. Leroy, you're going to tell them on the count of 3. You're going to tell the people what to do on the count of 3. We're going to tell them together. You want to tell them, you want me to tell them, you want to tell them together. It's up to you.
Let's tell them together, brother.
Let's tell them together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Be gone.
Be gone.
Talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton.
Dr. Donald Morton. Dr. Donald Morton is an award-winning social entrepreneur known for his innovative social solutions.
Based on this fatherhood and manhood issue in droves, an incredibly large number. And I felt it necessary for someone to have a voice like yourself to do the work of restoring men in our society, and I've been doing that work ever since.
His latest solution is expressed as the CEO of Remand.
So Remand, the nonprofit, is about helping brothers that are coming out of prison, brothers that are dealing with child support, brothers that are the most marginalized of our communities, helping them with their character and the institutions that impact them. And then the LLC, our for-profit arm, is really attempting to address the CEOs and CFOs and entrepreneurs and people like that say, look, I got issues too as a Black man. My issues are a bit different because I'm in the C-suite. And how it plays out in the C-suite is very different than how it plays out on the block and those brothers that are coming out of re-entry. But here's a deal. All of us the same, for real, for real.
Dr. Morton is the former executive director of the Complexities of Color Coalition. As executive director of the coalition, he worked to congregate Wilmington, Delaware's African American community in order to create comprehensive strategy to influence institutions, policies, and laws. Dr. Morton has over 25 years of experience in African American community leadership. Remand is deeply personal. While he's glad that thousands of men are on this journey with him, it was started because he needed liberation. He was broken and bound, and he was fighting to put his life back together after divorce, infidelity, business challenges, bankruptcy, and a life destroyed by being the worst liar ever. Yes, Dr. Morton was a liar until he faced himself and proved his signature science, the character arc. Then and only then was he ready to lead men to learn and live the science of being remanded.